Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. This is the EntreArchitect Podcast, episode 105. Welcome back to the EntreArchitect Podcast. My name is Mark R. LePage, and this is the podcast dedicated to a successful life as a small firm architect. Whether you have plans to someday start your own firm, whether you're in the process of launching a startup, or you might be an experienced small firm architect just trying to make a difference, this podcast is for you. My goal is to inspire you to build a better business so that you may pursue your purpose with passion and live the life of your dreams. So, here we go. I hope you enjoyed your holiday and and have started off this new year with enthusiasm and determination and focus. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great 2016 for us small firm architects. And I'm sure if you've been over to the new EntreArchitect.com, you may have noticed a few things. A bunch of changes have happened, and we've been very, very, very hard at work during this year-end break and the beginning of this new year. Today on the EntreArchitect Podcast, I'm going to share what we've been doing here at EntreArchitect and why I think you should join the all-new EntreArchitect Academy. Stay with me. I'll be right back. This episode of the EntreArchitect Podcast is sponsored by FreshBooks, the easiest way to send invoices, manage expenses, and track your time. Learn more at freshbooks.com/architect. And the Architecture Business Plan Competition. It's free to enter, and the grand prize is $10,000. To learn more, go to archbusinessplan.com. So yes, we have been very, very hard at work here at EntreArchitect for these past few weeks, this past month or so. The all-new EntreArchitect, the entire platform, well, except for this podcast, it's all new. Built exclusively for you, the small firm architect. And although changes here at the podcast are still in the planning stages, and we're going to be rolling this out at a later date because I want to do something special with the podcast, and I just don't want to make a few tweaks here and there. I want it to be really, really special. So that's in the planning stages. We're putting some more focus and planning on the podcast. So stay tuned for changes at the podcast. For now, we're going to keep the same format. It's going to be me talking to you, and occasionally we'll have some guests pop in and talk to us about the subjects that I'm going to talk about today. So over at the website, you may have noticed a new logo, all new look, all new website, and a new format. The format's the special thing. It's designed and dedicated to help you build a better business. The entire concept has been rebuilt, rethought, and rebuilt. We've developed a comprehensive content calendar for the entire year, so we know what's going on from now till the end of the year. This content calendar, it's awesome. It's going to systematically improve our firms step by step. Every month, we're going to learn something that we need to know to build a better business. Each month, we're going to be dedicating to a specific category topic. Okay, so every month, the entire platform, the whole thing, this podcast, the blog, the newsletter, social media, so Twitter and Facebook group and the Facebook page, everything's going to be dedicated to a specific category topic, such as maybe business development or leadership or business culture or client fulfillment or technology, management, marketing. Okay, so all of these different subjects that we need to know. These are all things we need to know to be successful as architects. Every month, we're going to pick one, and we're going to dedicate the entire month to that. And we're going to dive deep into each one of these pieces and learn what we need to know. And by the end of the month, we're going to be able to apply those things to our businesses and be better architects. And that will make us better architects, right? Better business, better architects. So this month, we're diving deep into one of the most important and maybe one of the most misunderstood, maybe one of the most ignored categories required for a successful firm. All throughout the month of January 2016, we will be exploring the topic of finance, also known as money, right? Yes, it's true. We're all going to be architects. We're all going to be talking about money. So how should we manage that money? How should we spend that money? How should we protect that money? How can we earn more of that money? How can we make more money, right? That's whether you want to admit it or not, you want to make more money. And we're going to show you how. So you want to return to the blog and this podcast every week throughout the entire month to learn more about money. Tune into this podcast and check out the newsletter and follow social media on Twitter at EntreArchitect and the Facebook page, and join in over at the Facebook group. It's a very, very active, private, free Facebook group. at EntreArchitect.com/group. We'll get you there. You have to request membership because you have to be an architect, and we'll check it out and we'll make sure you're an architect. And if you are, and I know you are, we'll accept you, and then you can come in and we can talk about all these different things that we're talking about. This month we're talking about finance. So every platform, every plank of our entire platform this month will be dedicated to finance. So when you wanted to know about money and wanted to know how to build a better business, this month is where we're starting. And here we go. This is what I really wanted to talk about, because in addition to all these other things that we've done, the blog is all new. Check it out. It's EntreArchitect.com. I think the team has done a great job on building this beautiful website. It's clean and modern and bright, and I love it. I really, really, really love it. I think it's taken the old site 10 times, maybe 20 times, maybe 100 times better than it was. I really, really like it. We've scrapped all the things that don't matter. Essentialism, the one thing, my favorite stuff. We applied that to the website. Only the things that matter are there now. So, and the thing that matters most, I think, is the EntreArchitect Academy. It's the paid membership group for EntreArchitect. Yes, we share tons of stuff outside of the Academy. We do the blog, we do this podcast, we share on social media, tons and tons and tons and tons of content. We want the profession to get better. We want architects to build better businesses. So our mission is to get information in your hands so you can apply it to your business. And you can do that without paying a cent. But if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to get deep, then EntreArchitect Academy is where you want to go. And today I want to give you a brief overview of this new academy and give you sort of a sense of what's in it and why you should join it. So, like I said, every month we're going to dedicate the platform, the entire platform, inside and outside of the academy, to a specific subject. So inside the academy, we're talking about finance too, right? So we're going to get deep, deep into finance. So during the first week of every month, we've invited an industry leader to join us live for an academy expert training session. So this is a live 45-minute, essentially a webinar on a specific subject. And that 45-minute training session will be also followed up by a 15-minute Q&A session. So somebody will come in, the expert will come in, they'll train us on a specific subject, and then we'll have 15 minutes during that session to ask the questions that we had during the presentation. And members will be provided access to the recordings of these sessions and documents and templates and a bunch of other resources, which I'm going to get into a little bit more deeply in a few minutes. But you have pretty much everything you need. And then following that training session, members will meet each week following that training session with dedicated small groups. So each of these small groups is going to be led by a member facilitator. And the members of the groups will share their knowledge and their best practices. And it's going to be a private, secure environment where it's just a few people in a group where they can share everything they know. You don't have to hold anything back in these small groups because they're private. They're not going to be recorded. They are not the entire group, and they are not public. So anything in those groups stays private. And they're designed specifically, very, very intentionally, to be open and honest, to have an open and honest exchange of information. So as members develop and grow, they'll support one another and they'll encourage one another, and they'll become better architects. I love the idea of the small groups. This month, so that's the structure of the academy. This month at the EntreArchitect Academy, Rena Klein, FAIA, presented the first expert training session. It just happened. It was the first week of January. So Rena came into the academy. She presented a presentation called Financial Management Key Concepts. And it's a step-by-step process for understanding the fundamentals for moving money in and out of a healthy architecture firm. Rena is the owner of RM Klein Consulting. She's the author of Architect's Guide to Small Firm Management. You may have heard of that book. And she's the executive editor of AIA's. This is the big book. This is the big Bible of professional practice, the AIA's Architect's Handbook of Professional Practice. She was the executive editor, the 15th edition, just released back, a couple of years ago in 2013, which is the current issue, the current edition. As an architect and an experienced firm owner, she is an architect, and she had her own firm. Rena brings a very special understanding of design firm practice managed by entrepreneur architects. So she knows how we think. So who better to have us kick off this new format than Rena? And Rena's been a guest on the show here before on the podcast. She's written articles for us on the blog, and she's presented to us before in the Academy. So it was great to have her there. And in her session, which was a great session, very, very informative, super packed with information, everything you need to know about financial management, essentially. She answered 3 specific questions, and then she dove deep into them. So how do you know if your firm is profitable? Right? That's a question that we all have. How do you know if your firm is profitable? Do you have enough money at the end of the year? Then you're profitable. But how do you know that you're going to be profitable? The second question is, how do you know what to charge for your services in order to be profitable? So she gets into that. And then how do you know when it's time to hire? So you grow and you focus on building this business. At some point, you need help. And how do you know when is the time to hire somebody? And she gives you very specific, not just, when you have too much work, go hire somebody. She gives you a very specific formula with numbers and dollars and cents and when you should hire somebody. So it's not this guessing game. You can predict down the line when you might need to hire somebody. And so she taught us about that as well. These are all questions. These 3 questions are probably the basis of all the questions that are asked inside the Academy and outside of EntreArchitect Academy on Twitter and the Facebook group. These are the questions that architects ask. When people join the EntreArchitect Report, our free newsletter, that which you can sign up anywhere on the news site. You can go there and you'll be able to sign up for that. It's on the bottom of every page and in the sidebar of the blog. I ask a question. As soon as somebody signs up for that, I send them an email and ask them, what are they struggling with? And these are the questions. These are the questions that they respond with. How do you know when you're going to be profitable? How do you know what to charge? How do you know how to make the money you need to build a profitable business? And how do you know when and how to get help? And she answered those questions in her presentation. And so it was a very, very informative presentation. And so following Rena's session, she also shared a training document, which will happen on every session, that provided an exercise for members to perform that will help them better understand and take action, which is really, really the most important thing, is that they take action on the information they presented. So they don't just sit there and watch somebody talk and then go back to work and forget about everything they learned. We have a process that encourages you and supports you, that helps you take action on the things that are presented. And so Rena created this exercise that you can download as a member. You can take go through this exercise and put your own numbers for your own firm in there. And she provided the answers, so that's awesome. And then she also, on top of that, she provided copies of the slides and copies of 2 articles, one on key financial indicators and one on profit planning. And so, and the session was recorded. So the session was recorded, and it's available to all members of the EntreArchitect Academy in the Academy Expert Training Library. So, and this happened this week, and is what's really, really amazing is that this same level of depth and information is coming to members every month for a new category theme. So this month is finance. Next month, we're going to be talking about business development, also known as sales. You know that word? I know a lot of people think sales is a dirty word, but next month we're going to be diving deep into business development. That's a huge topic. Again, very big topic on in the community of EntreArchitect. How do we get more work? How do we get more work? That's the basis of business development. How do you develop your business? How do you develop the systems that you can put into place so more work comes through the door, and the work that you want? So it's not just a bunch of work knocking on the door, it's the work that you want. So next month, we're going to be talking about business development. Let's take a quick break here to say thank you to FreshBooks and the Architecture Business Plan Competition for their support as platform sponsors of EntreArchitect. As platform sponsors, these companies have provided funding and support for our overall mission here at EntreArchitect. They recognize the need for small firms like you to build better businesses in order to be better architects. They support our mission. FreshBooks is the easy-to-use accounting software designed to help us small firm owners get organized, save time invoicing, and get paid faster. It takes care of invoicing, expense tracking, estimating, reporting, and it all happens out in the cloud, so you have access to your information from anywhere that you have access to the internet. When you are ready to give FreshBooks a try, and I suggest that you do, it's awesome. I use it myself for 5Cat Studio. Go to freshbooks.com/architect, and you can sign up for a free 30-day trial. Give it a whirl, see if you like it. And if you do sign up for your free 30-day trial, make sure you let them know that you've come from us, the EntreArchitect community. Make sure you enter EntreArchitect in the How Did You Hear About Us section. That's freshbooks.com/architect for your free 30-day trial. And the Architecture Business Plan Competition, it's organized by our friends over at Charette Venture Group. This is a great opportunity for you to take your small firm to greater success with a plan. You hear me talk about planning all the time. This is a way that you can build your business plan. And it's a competition. When you register, you're going to get free training on business building and planning and how to build a business plan. It's going to give you all the training you need. And it's a chance to win $10,000 as their grand prize. If you are the winner of the Architecture Business Plan Competition, the winner gets $10,000. Pretty cool. And there's runner-up prizes as well. So you have a chance to earn some big dollars and end up with a great business plan. So thanks to Charette Venture Group, the organizers of the competition, for their support as a platform sponsor of EntreArchitect. To learn more about the competition and to register, go to archbusinessplan.com. That's archbusinessplan.com. It's exciting. There's a lot going on here at EntreArchitect. Another big change here at the EntreArchitect Academy, in addition to this expert training, is the organization of small groups. So the full membership is now divided into small groups of about 10 to 12 people. And those small groups meet every week following the expert training session. So these groups are really where the power of EntreArchitect Academy will happen. This is where it all happens. So the first session, you'll learn a whole bunch of stuff. You sort of take it back to your studio and you take action on it. And then the following weeks, you meet in these small groups with your peers, with other architects. And you discuss this topic, the topic of the month, from every possible angle, from this angle and that angle. And so during the month of January, our focus is on finance. And so the small groups will be talking about, maybe they'll be talking about budgeting and insurance and financial reports and debt. And so all of these different pieces of the overall theme of finance will be topics of discussion in these small groups. And so this is where we can go deep into this subject and with encouragement from our fellow architects can grow. And these groups, because they're small and they're intimate and they're private, these groups are going to bond and they're going to grow, and they're going to grow into trusted advisory boards for each group member. So when you have a problem, or if you have a big win, something happened and you really want to share it with, these are the people that you're going to share it with. If you're struggling with something and you need help, these 10 or 12 people have experience. They're going to be able to show you what they do. And so instead of one brain, one mind, you'll have 10 minds. The idea, it's called a mastermind. And so these small groups are essentially becoming masterminds. So these 10 minds become one mind, and then they focus on the products the projects and the problems of each member in the group. It is powerful. And in addition to these small groups, it gets better. In between each of these small group sessions, the members can continue the discussion on member forums. So we have a private member forum now in the Academy that you can go, and it's on the member pages in our site. We own it now because it used to be on Google+. We don't have it on Google+ anymore. We have our own member forum, and in that forum, the small groups can come together and discuss. In between these small discussion groups, they can have their own private forums, but then they can also meet there as a whole, as the entire Academy can also be there and share their knowledge in the member forum. And that too is another great change here at EntreArchitect Academy is the member forum private, exclusive only to members, and not on somebody else's platform. It's on our platform. And so it's controlled by us, and how it works is going to be us. And as it evolves, you will have an influence on how the forum evolves as a member. And so, yes, it's powerful, but there's more. There's still more. I know I sound like an infomercial, but I don't want to sound like an infomercial. I'm just really excited about this. It still provides, the old Academy, and it's still the new Academy provides dozens of videos, more than 50 videos on every subject of success in business and leadership and life as a small firm architect. So you can go to the library, the video library, and you can download videos on all these different subjects. And in the resource library, it's a totally different library than the video library. In the resource library, you have free access to every EntreArchitect product and course that we've ever developed and that we will ever develop. So if we provide a product, if we offer a product or a course outside of the Academy to the general public as architects, which we do, the hybrid proposal at EntreArchitect.com/hybrid proposal, or actually hybrid/hybrid will get you to the page where you can review and purchase our owner architect agreement. It's a course on how you can develop your own with templates. The Foundations business forms, EntreArchitect.com/foundations will get you there. And there's more than 50 different business forms and checklists in that package that's available. And the Get Focused Productivity course, which we share everything we know about how to get things done. Because that, again, is another big question that the community talks about. Is how do you get all this done? We're small firm architects. We're wearing so many hats, so many things going on in our lives. How do we get it all done? The Get Focused course will teach you how to do that. And you can purchase that as well on the site. But as an EntreArchitect Academy member, when you become a member, all of that becomes free. That's hundreds of dollars of products and services that are at your disposal and becomes free. So that is the EntreArchitect Academy. There's the expert training session every month. There's the small groups that meet in between the Academy expert trainings. There's the member forum. There's the resource library, and there's the video library with dozens of videos. It is all inclusive, and every day it grows. It gets bigger and more powerful. We're putting all our energy into building this Academy the best it can be. It will continue to evolve and continue to grow and continue to be better. And it is the focus of what we're doing. All of the other pieces that we're doing, the blog and this podcast and the newsletter, it's all there to provide information and resources to small firm architects. But when you want to go deeper and you really want to focus on building a successful firm, there is no better place. And I can say that with all my heart and honesty. There is no better place than EntreArchitect Academy to come and learn with these other architects, learn from these industry experts, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. So I really want to encourage you to take a look at it. I'm so excited about what's happening here, and within the entire profession. I mean, our EntreArchitect has become the influential force that I keep talking about. I keep talking about how my mission is to become an influential force in the profession of architecture, and it's happening. And with the Academy, is really the way we're going to do it. When small firm architects build better businesses, the entire profession is going to grow. And we all want the world to become a better place. And when architects build better businesses and our profession grows and architects do what they do, because we literally change the world by the work that we do. When you build a better business, you become a better architect. So we change the world as better architects. And I thank you listening right now. I thank you for being a member of this community and for your participation in taking a part and making a piece, becoming part of this change. Your participation in this change that's taking place with EntreArchitect and building better businesses. You are the reason this is happening, because you listen and you spread the word and you apply what you're learning at this podcast and on the blog and the other things that we do. So every month here at EntreArchitect, you will have the opportunity to learn more about building a better business so you can be a better architect. I encourage you to schedule a few minutes every week to read the blog and to listen to this podcast, subscribe to the newsletter, and receive when you subscribe to the newsletter, guess what? I don't know if you've heard about this. We also have a course called the Profit for Small Firm Architects. It's available in the Academy. It's free to newsletter subscribers. So when you subscribe, if you go to EntreArchitect.com and go to the sidebar or at the bottom of each page and subscribe to the EntreArchitect report, not only will you get a weekly newsletter with tons of information and links to all of the blogs and all of the podcasts each week, but you'll also receive a free digital course called Profit for Small Firm Architects. It's a 3-module course. It's a real deal. It's the real deal. It's not some piece of junk. It's something that we could easily sell for $200 easily. So you subscribe, it's yours free. Follow us on social media. It's all going to be there. The skills and tips and tactics you'll gather will have no doubt on the positive effect of your business, your leadership, in your life. And all of that won't cost you a penny. But if you want more depth and more accountability, more support and more encouragement, then join us at the paid private membership group, EntreArchitect Academy. You know, the cost of the Academy, it's not cheap because it's a lot of work. There's a lot of people involved and we are providing a lot of information. So it's not inexpensive, but it is going to change your life. And the cost is a minute fraction of a university MBA. And I would contest that it, for architects, may be better. And the investment in your business will most likely even pay for itself in months. With what you learn and apply, you'll make more money. So the amount that you will invest in EntreArchitect is essentially free, because the amount of money that you'll earn by the things that you learn will easily offset the money that you invest. Join us. And next year at this time, you will definitely be glad you did. I promise you. So enrollment for the EntreArchitect Academy is now open, and it's limited. It's not going to be open forever. It's going to be open for the month of January. It's going to close at the end of January. So the clock is ticking, but seats are limited. If the seats sell out before the end of the month, it's closing. So seats are limited, and there's a special low relaunch pricing right now, and it will only be available during this enrollment period. Next enrollment period, when it opens up again, I think it's in the spring, it's going to open up again. It's going to be more expensive in the spring. So if you want to join, now's the time. And just like everything we do at EntreArchitect, I've said this before, if you don't like it, within 30 days, you tell us that you don't like it, and I'll refund your money, 100%, no questions asked. So there is no risk. Try it out. I promise you, you will like it. You will learn what you need to know, how to build a better business. You will become a better architect. So when you're ready to learn more about EntreArchitect, or if you're ready to enroll, just go to EntreArchitect.com/academy. It's going to send you to a page that tells you a whole bunch more about EntreArchitect. It also gives you tons of testimonials from current members. Current members, they don't leave. Once they come in, they stay in. A very, very, very few people have left the Academy once they've come in. It is a great place, I promise you. So go to the EntreArchitect.com/academy, EntreArchitect.com/academy. Read the testimonials. Read what members are saying. about EntreArchitect Academy, what they're learning and what they feel is why you should join, check it out. EntreArchitect.com/academy. I can't wait for this to get out there, for you to join EntreArchitect Academy and this thing to grow, because we are going to influence so many architects, and the profession is going to get better one architect at a time. And 2016 is going to be the year that your firm took your firm to the next level, and the profession grew. And it's going to be a great 2016. I can't wait to see you in the Academy. If you have any questions, you can send me an email at mark@entrearchitect.com. That's a direct email to me, and you can ask me any questions about EntreArchitect Academy. When you're ready to enroll, EntreArchitect.com/academy. So that's it for this episode. I'd like to just thank once again, our platform sponsors, FreshBooks at freshbooks.com/architect and the Architecture Business Plan Competition at archbusinessplan.com. Thank you very much for both of those companies for supporting our mission here at EntreArchitect. And I thank you for being here and for listening. Once again, I would love your feedback on what you think of the new EntreArchitect at entrearchitect.com. You can send me that email at that same email address that I just gave you, mark@entrearchitect.com. I'd love to know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd love to see more of. Send me an email. I'd love to know. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. My name is Mark R. LePage, and I'm an entrepreneur architect, and I encourage you to share what you know. I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Thanks for listening.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark R. LePage, founder of EntreArchitect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand Podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.